Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? I said, I think this is too bright. Oh, we're gonna turn down some of this light because I think it's too bright. Let's see. Wait, that's not the right thing. Adjusting. Looks a little strange. Maybe I'm too close up on the camera. Hmm. I'm just gonna turn it up and be done with it. I don't have time to be fooling with this light. I really don't. How is everyone to die? How is everyone? Hi, we got Sharina in the house. Hey, Sharina. Hey, we got Sharina. Sharina in the house. Hope you're doing well. Dina Bruton. Hello. Keeping Nettie. Hey, Shakita Bell. Hey. Tina Tequila. Hey. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait. Might get some people late coming in. Don't forget to click and share, like and share the video. See, I don't normally say that. Dominia will say it. We got Life with Harms. Hey. Um, let's see. I think that's I think I got everyone here. A lot of people they kind of log in late. How is every oh no, I missed someone. We got Fat Doll 30. Hey. So I think I got everyone that I see here so far that has said hello. I'm gonna say because a lot of people will watch and won't say anything. Hey Elizabeth Jones, yes, you made it. You made it right in time because I just got here my darn self. Um, make sure my internet connection has been kind of, has yours been like that? And I think it's because it's so many people. I'm pulling up a little bit because there's so many people on the internet right now. Because there's so many people on the internet right now, we're gonna have issues, with stuff running way slower. But that's fine. That is fine, you guys. So, what are you guys doing so far with this to keep everything running smoothly or not running smoothly? What are you doing to keep appointment? What are you guys doing to keep busy during this time? What are you guys doing to keep yourself busy? This is what I want to know. Because I could tell you, I am overwhelmed. I keep saying that, but I am not just saying that. I am overwhelmed. Like I'm gonna take a nap after I get off of here, and then I'm gonna get back up. And I got stuff to do because I got so much coming for you guys. And then I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna reward myself with a movie after I do my work. Gotta be disciplined, right? Nothing has changed for me in terms of everybody's just so bored just doing all this goofy stuff because they don't know what to do with themselves. I think it's a good time to get reacquainted with yourself, find out what you like, test out some of these hobbies and different things. I am beyond. Actually, I feel weird. I feel anxious because right now everything has slowed down. So I feel like this is the time when you get everything done, everything around this house you've been wanting to do. And that's what I've been literally trying to do, you guys. And I don't know if you guys know this too. It's a lot of money out here right now. And I'm not talking about doing nails. I'm talking about it's a lot of grants available right now. It's all type of money. People not working. Are you guys applying for your unemployment? Are you guys applying for these artist grants? There are different grants in your city, in your state. You need to be going on all the state and city websites and seeing what programs they have available because they have all type of money that they are giving, literally granting to people during this time. So I hope that's one of the things that people are doing. So Dina says she's cleaning and exercising and eating. Yeah, I've been munching a little bit too. I'm like, okay, you got to start making healthier choices. So I have been like I made chicken salad yesterday, and instead of I don't buy mayonnaise, anything like that. It's not that I don't like it. I just know that it's super high calorie. So I made my chicken salad with hummus and jardinera peppers. So I just been trying to make smarter choices. And then instead of buying like I was gonna buy some Oreo cookies. I had the whole pack at the register and everything. Limit. I love the limit. I put them back and I had the fruit snacks. I said, this is my sweet tooth right here, the fruit snacks. So just little stuff like that, because everybody gonna be busting out whenever we can't come outside. Everybody gonna be looking like little Pillsbury dough people. I cannot. So you said you've been practicing on yourself, exercising, cleaning, and eating. And I've been seeing a lot of people too. This is the time too, like all the stuff you say you want to do, go ahead and look at some stuff that you want to learn and start doing it. Like literally start doing it. Um, I'm gonna tell you a little bit like today. I had a one-on-one with someone, and she said, I actually met this person a while ago, not even here online. I thought I met her online, but she said I came up to the school. So I met her like, oh, I think over a year ago, about a year ago at the school. And she kept my information all this time. And during this time, she decided this would be the time where she would actually take time to. Okay, I'm repeating myself too much, I know. During this time, she said, I'm going to get some stuff done. She said she almost gave up on doing nails, but she was determined. And she actually came and she had her lesson, and she was so excited when she left because she was like, oh my God, because I was getting really frustrated. Thank you so much. Da, 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 da. It's like the time to really go after some things you want to do. And it's a meme floating around saying during this time you should be doing this, you should be doing that. If you're not, you're just lazy. Then it scratch that word out or whatever and say you're just fine. People deal with stress, whatever way. That's true to a certain degree. If you sit up and get mentally caught up in all what's going on right now, you're gonna run yourself crazy. You're gonna run yourself into a depression because your idle mind is the devil's playground. I feel like the best thing you should do during times like this, a weird time like this, is to keep yourself occupied. And what better way to stay occupied than to stay productively occupied? You know? So I kind of disagree with that statement. I think that a lot of people talk about things they want to do, and when the time presents itself and all the opportunity presents itself to make it happen, people find excuses to chicken out. That's what I think. So I kind of disagree when I see that meme. I'm like, no, most of the people are just chickening out. Everybody's not that stressed out. Some people are a little freaked out, but keep yourself busy. That's the best way. Um, you said you were practicing your acrylic powder. You found out why your beads were dry. That's excellent. Um, you said you're looking for a nail table on the site. Which one is the best for a beginner? Um, there is a little bitty table on there, but it's like more for a mobile table. It was like it's like a little small mobile table. And the reason why I put that up there is because I've used that before. When I worked in a Pandora store, they had those tables, and I loved it so much. It was just so perfect and compact. I was like, this would be perfect for a nail tech to keep in their car. It's that small when it folds down, you could literally keep it in your car, and you would have a table. So that's more so for a mobile person. The ones that are up there are pretty decent. It's just what color you want. So I wouldn't say best for a beginner because I don't think there's a beginner nail table. I actually think when it comes to a nail table, you should get one that you can grow into unless budget is an issue. If budget is an issue, then you look accordingly. But Sharina, if you see one that you like, just take a screenshot of it and send it to me. You call me any other time. If I'm not on here fast enough for you, you will call me and ask me where I'm at. So you know how to reach me. Practicing on myself and your boyfriend, exercising, spending more quality time with my boo, reading, listening to podcasts. Podcasts, that's been the thing. Podcasts. I'm telling you, like I've been getting into podcasting. It is some wonderful podcasts out here, honey. They will keep you all occupied, all up in your head. Yes. Okay. Hey, Muni. Yeah, Muni been coming back around because you were missing for a minute. You think I didn't notice? You said you start Slim Down Extreme tomorrow, so you eating what you want till midnight. You should. They call it a food funeral. Have you a food funeral? Eat everything you want to eat, gorge, get it out your system, get it out your system. Boom. Okay, Shireen said, okay, yeah. If you see something, just send me a picture or whatever, and I'll find something comparable. Or I think there are a few on there already. Those are decent. You said you just Oh, you just got your mask. You can't wait to get it. I'll be tracking. Oh, you just ordered a mask? I'm like, yeah, these masks you guys have been selling like crazy. You might hear my phone go off before we even get off this live. Like people all over the country are buying those masks. I'm like, those are dust masks, but it keeps the fluid from coming out your mouth too. So okay, cool. Yeah, they've been selling like crazy. So cool. Cool. How many of you all heard the case study for this week? The case study is called, what is it? It's called Rent-A-Demic. Rent-A-Demic. How many of you all have heard Rent-A-Demic? Yeah, Sharina, you ordered a mask and an apron too. Do you have your tracking? I think you should. Rent-A-Demic. Have you all heard Rent-A-Demic? Wondering. I'm just typing here. Well, I'm trying to type because we're doing case study number 8 today. Rent. Is that right? Rent-A-Demic. It's very straightforward. I don't even really have to play that one because it's so straightforward. Rent-A-Demic. Somebody, I've just been seeing this. I've been seeing this pop up, pop up, pop up, the same discussion in these groups. And I said, oh, this would make a great case study just to see how people think. So we're going to go ahead and get right back into it, you guys. Okay, let's do it. So basically, the case study is this. A lot of people are, you were wondering what a rent-a-demic means? Huh. So a lot of people are renting a booth in these salons. And we have the COVID-19 pandemic happening, and people are going into weeks upon weeks upon weeks renting booths in salons. And these salon owners still expect them to pay booth rent every day. So now we find ourselves in a what? A rent-a-demic, because salons all across the nation, across the world, expect people to pay booth rent, even though they're not, no one can work or open their business. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion. And I'm always going to ask questions because I want to see where you guys' mind is with this. And that's really, it's just that straightforward. So I'm going to ask a question, right? So here is, let me type the first question. We're talking about a booth renter. Oh, yeah. So I guess my first question is this. What do you all understand about this here? I'm saving it and I'm going to put it up. What is a booth renter? Because we're in a rent-a-demic too. We're in a rent-a-demic across the board. People with their rent at their house, but let's not forget about people who are renting a booth in a salon. So to you guys, what is a booth renter? Oh, we have an answer. Hey, Sierra Star. Dina says, depends on the agreement and if they have removed their items from the salon. No, these people's items are still in the salon. The salons are closed down. And the salon owners still expect booth rent. So what exactly is, why you like this? So what exactly is a booth renter? Someone who pays to rent a booth or a space at a salon. Someone who pays to rent a booth or a space at a salon. Okay. So here's my next question, right? And this is just me asking little questions here. Oh, I'm such a lady. Oh, I'm such a lady. Oh my God, my typing is so off today. Hmm. 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 Okay, let me read these comments real quick. What do you mean my singing? Girl, let me, oh my God, you better be so glad the moderator's not in here. Be glad. Payment for use of space. Okay, Nettie said payment for use of space. Well, You said they gotta pay if their stuff is there. Sharina said she's laughing at me. I'm laughing at you. A booth renter is a person who pays to work in their own designated space of the salon. Okay, because these people are really arguing back and forth. This is the other debate that I keep seeing. I read a lot and I don't say anything. I just it's interesting just to see how people think, right? So here's my other question. Nope, that's not it. That's not the question. Did it not say what I said? Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, so here is the next question. Is a booth renter an employee? Which I can't spell. But is a booth renter an employee? Is a booth renter an employee? I hear people say stuff like, yeah, I let her have a space in my place. I had to fire her. You really? Did you really fire her? Do you understand what you're saying? I let people talk all the time. I just go, okay. Okay. So Dina said, nope, you're not an employee. Elizabeth said, yes, you are an employee. Sharina said, no, you're an independent contractor. Then Elizabeth said, oh, wait, no. And then Dina said, and then Keeping Nettie said, no, independent. Okay. Okay. You said occupying the space in the salon. So if you were renting a space in the salon right now, if you were renting a space in the salon, let's see, let me ask this one last question. Not one last question, one more question. Let me ask one more question. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hey, hey, y'all ready? Hey, hey. You ready? Are you ready for the next question? Here it is. 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 Where all this energy come from? I don't know. It must be something in this grape juice. Would you? Oh, something failed. Something failed. Would you feel a way if the owner still expects booth rent? Because remember, we're still in the beginning of this. We haven't even hit the peak of our numbers yet. So this is not a 2-week thing. This is an ongoing thing, you guys. They're saying this will go all the way to August. So would you feel a way if the owner still expects booth rent? Let's be honest, like honest discussion. Like we could say the proper thing, but this is just here to see how people think. Like honestly, would you feel some sort of way? Because I know how I would feel, but would you all feel some sort of way? You've been working at this salon for 2, 3 years. Y'all kiki together. Y'all order lunch together as groups. Y'all sit and order lunch. Y'all have had birthday parties up there. All these good things. When it's your birthday, they buy you flowers and balloons and put it on your station and everything. You've been there 2, 3 years. You can see these people like your friends, damn near your family. You with them hours and hours and hours and hours. Then this thing happens. Not only are you not making no money, but now this person expects you to still pay them the 150, 175, to 225, to 250 every week. On top of this, you wouldn't feel no sort of way about it. Really? Would you seriously? Excuse me, there are no wrong answers. This is discussion here because this is what's happening in these Facebook groups. People are debating about it's a sticky situation that nobody has ever been in before. You wouldn't feel no type of way. This person still wants it. This person still wants their booth rent. None. You just giving it to them. You got it like that. Seriously. Let me read these comments. Let me read these comments, these little phony comments. Let's see. If you don't get a W-2, you're not an employee. Okay, you're right. If they're not employee, they're not an employee. They're more like an independent contractor. Okay. If you were on vacation, you would pay rent for that time, even being that you're not there. If you're not there, Elizabeth is laughing. I don't know why she's laughing. She might be laughing at. She probably laughing at Sharina. That's probably what she's laughing at. It depends on if there's a lease or a month-to-month contract. No, because you probably signed a contract to rent for the year. If month to month, I packed up last month, so no. It's sad, but everyone still want their money. It will make you feel some type of way. I would, especially if I'm not working in there because shut down from the virus. But then Shakita said, but no, it's your responsibility to pay it. And then keeping that if on a lease, I would still feel responsible. Sarah said, they got to find a way I can work to have to pay, like send salon clients to my house or to me to their house. If I was kept in business, I would pay. Okay. So that's a sticky one because you have to look at it even when you are renting booths. I've rented booths so many places before. You become really cool with these people. So this becomes an awkward situation. It really does. You said, I wouldn't feel any type of way. The salon owner still has to pay rent to the landlord. The tech still has to pay booth rent. I still pay my lease regardless if I stay in my apartment or not. Okay, so here is, I'm gonna give up one last good last question, and then I will say something. Okay, so here is the last question. So, given this situation, given the fact that they still expect booth rent, you've been there for a minute, you're on booth rent, and would you stay? I'm gonna tell you something. All the places I pay booth rent, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never signed a contract. I know people have you do that now. I've never signed a contract. It's been more of like neighborhood salons and just like it was just a verbal agreement. So would you stay? And if so, how long would you stay? Given this situation right here, you've been there, you've been comfortable, all your clients are comfortable there, you're comfortable there, you're cool with the people and everything, but this thing is not lifting up anytime soon. This woman still wants her booth rent. This guy, woman, female, whatever. They still want their booth rent every week. How long would you stay? Would you stay? How long would you stay? Given this situation, there is nothing in place per se with the contract. You're just there basically paying your booth rent every week. You're comfortable, clients are comfortable. You don't know how long this is going to last. How long would you stay? Oh, don't be shy now. How long would you stay? Would you stay? Don't be shy. Inquiring minds want to know. Did this didn't freeze up on me? I had to look and see, did it freeze? Because no one's saying anything or it's frozen. I want to know. I want to know what's up. Tell me something now. What's up? Would you stay? I don't see any comments here, you guys. Yeah, are you all thinking about it? Would you stay? Okay, I was wondering. See, people sitting there thinking about it because I'm like, nobody said anything. This is odd. It's a hard one, right? It's a really hard one. You said, didn't say, I don't know. Because we don't know how long this is going to go. This is a hard one. It is a hard one. It is a hard one. We're in a hard time right now. People have been arguing about this. Is another topic I've been seeing pop up over and over online. Um, the question is the case study for this week was Rent-A-Demic. All these people who are renting booths and salons, they are like the salon owner still expects them to pay booth rent during this. And people have been arguing back and forth all for weeks about this particular subject. So I made it the case study. And I'm saying, given that you are renting a booth here, you like it, your clients like it, you've been in for a couple of years, you get along with everybody, it's cool. Then this happens, and the salon owner expects you to keep paying booth rent. Would you stay? Because it doesn't look like this is going to lift up anytime soon. They're trying to set us up with stimulus checks and all type of stuff because they see this going on for a minute until they get this under control. Would you stay and keep paying booth rent? So Sharina said, depends on the environment. If you like the atmosphere, yes, you like the environment. You like everything. Y'all cool. Like I said, on your birthday, you come in, they done bought you balloons and everything. They buy your lunch for the day. You know, you are very comfortable there, and so are your clients. Wait, wait, I'm all out of order. So I repeated the question. Then Shakita said, I don't think I would have stayed in the beginning because of the situation that's going on today. Hmm. At the end of the day, it's not going to be the same environment after that. Really? You think so? How do you think it would change? Just asking. I'd have to be out, and I let them know if they want to do business with me in the future after this, then okay. No, maybe consider it doing it on my own. No, maybe consider doing it on my own. Because we thinking, okay, well, yeah, I'm just keep reading. I wouldn't stay. Like, hi, Latasha, love. I wouldn't stay. Loyal clients will stick with you no matter what. I wouldn't stay. Keeping Eddie say, I don't know. I think people are going to be more afraid of places with a lots of people. I'm glad you all answered because I was like, I had to look at the time. I said, is this thing freeze? Because they are sure not answering this question right here. Okay. Polished by Shell said, I feel like you shouldn't have to pay booth rent because that's the purpose of booth rent, a place where you rent to work. If you're not working, then see, this is why we have this discussion because these are some of the answers I was seeing online. I said, let me see what our group thinks. Because somebody earlier said, well, you rent your apartment, and just because you go on vacation and you're not there for weeks or whatever, you still got to pay your rent on the first. Just because you're not there, you're not there. Because your stuff is there. So what do you do? Just saying. I'm just throwing out opposite answers. I'm not saying it's me. Agreed, Shell. So Latasha agrees with you because you're not able to work there. Then, but this goes back to the case study from last week because this particular situation, I think we talked about, it wasn't on, we were talking about deposits last week. So last week was the deposit dilemma and how it is affected by COVID-19. But the deposit dilemma isn't anyone's fault on either end. It's an external force that's causing this to happen. So once again, with the deposits, I said what I had said, and everybody said what they had to say about that. But here we go with the rent, and it's again an external force that has been placed upon us. And it's like, well, rent got to be paid, mortgage got to be paid. So who's to take the hit on this? Because it's neither person's fault. It's not the owner's fault. It's not the renter's fault. So who takes the hit? So Woo, just popped out of the shower, was listening still. Okay, Muni, well, come on and talk and tell us what you think, because you usually have a lot to say, honey. You've been gone. You got to come back into the conversation. Come on, girl, come with it. Let's do, yes. Okay, so Polished by Shell says, but it also depends on the place I rent. I rent a suite. I feel it's different. I am still paying mines, even though I'm not working in there, because I still want to have it when the coronavirus thing is over. So you're renting a suite. So what makes it different? What makes it different? My lipstick fell on the floor. So what makes it different? Depends on how your money is looking if you really can. Hmm. Okay. Private studios and mobile appointments are probably going to be more in demand. Hmm. So would you stay how long? You all just chimed in. Thank you so much. What did you all think about this question? I think it's a really good question. I think it's a really good question. If you know me, you know I've been a booth renter and a salon owner more than once. So I'm like, interesting. Let me see how people think. Oh, I wish I had my old landlord here. I'd be like, Oscar, get over here and talk to the people. He'll be like, huh? Huh? Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this quick little, I'm gonna hit this button right here, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna, I get the rants. I'm like, so I'm gonna come back in a second and I'm gonna say something. Okay? Okay. Y'all ain't ready. When I hold my head down like this, I'm probably going to say something some people don't want to hear. That's why I hold my head down. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you know when I do like this, when I do like this, I'm about to say something. I'm going to read the rest of these comments. You said, so this was her explanation on why she was feeling that way. So Polished by Shell said, I feel it's different because it's my own personal space versus a booth. I knew getting a suite, I would be in my own, but be in my own versus the salon, if that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That's your own personal psychological thought around it, though, because they're both the same rental setup. It's just that one is more expensive than the other, but they're both the same rental setup. But psychologically, it feels better, and that's why suites typically cost more. But you said, great question. If you can afford to keep the space, then continue to pay. Some people trying to feed their families and pay mortgage with little or no income. You said it is a good one. I would stay to get my clientele up, being a new nail tech and all. I'm confused because isn't the government supposed to be giving out loans to these business owners? Some I spoke to said they have enough to cover those rent amounts. I bet more people will start saving for these times. Hasn't this taught us something, you guys? Hasn't this taught us something? You all brought us, you all, every week, you all surprise me. You all bring up something and see something in the way I didn't even see it. So I appreciate it all. Now, you all said something about loans. It is true that the government, but let's listen to this right now. Oh, excuse me, I'm such a lady. Oh my God, I'm such a lady. Maybe it's my nervous energy. When I get on camera, I just have little belches. I'm such a lady. I don't do this normally. Only when I get on camera. I'm so sorry. But yeah. The government is promising all kind of stuff, ain't they? The government got money you can go get. All of us can go get. On top of that check, the government is saying everybody can collect unemployment. The government is saying you got checks coming, you can file for all these grants and loans. I have not yet met a person who's gotten shit yet, and we're almost at a month. In the meantime, people owe bills. In the meantime, people have built their credit to a certain place. In the meantime, people have saved money and gotten themselves in order and gotten their lives to a comfortable position. In the meantime, who's going to sit here and wait on this government who let us get in this situation, let it get this far anyway, sit there and wonder how long it's going to take them to pull all this together? This is the government that can't even come together on simple fiscal things. How fast you think they really gonna come together on a global epidemic? They can't come together on smaller, way smaller things. They'll sit and debate and can't come to a consensus on that. This is something they've never even dealt with before. Why do people have so much faith in the system that can't even come together on much simpler, smaller things? I personally would not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What's their history like? Hmm? You watch Yahoo News. The president said we're going to get checks, and everybody was happy and calm for the week. A week and a half later, they said it could take up to 5 weeks to even, 5 months to even print out the checks. In the meantime, your landlord is saying, I still want my rent. And here's a list of shelters and organizations that may be able to help you. May be able to help you if funds are not depleted. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay. This is such a sticky situation. Let me tell you a few different things. If it were me, and I still had my salon, I had booth renters. I did not have a booth rent salon. I had commission places. But if I had a booth rent salon, you are correct. When you are a booth renter, you are not an employee. You are self-employed. You are just renting a space from me. Just like you're renting a space, be it the space with walls or space within my space. You're just renting a space. Whatever you do, if you file taxes, whatever you do, you come and go, you never come, you never go. That's up to you. Because you are an independent contractor, you handle your own taxes, your own everything. I don't police that. You just pay this amount to rent the space. You can rent the space and just put one bottle of nail polish in the middle of the floor, but that's what you're renting the space to do, and you pay your rent. I don't care. I'm just saying. That's not how I would feel, but I'm just saying. So that's how it's really looked at legally. Like, I'm a separate entity from you. You come and go as you please. As long as your items are inside of my business, you are holding space within my business, whatever. But if I still had a salon and I had booth renters, the first, when this would first happen and we had to shut down, I personally would have sat down and had an emergency meeting with everyone. And I would have explained to them as a salon owner, look, I have to still keep this place open and running legally. So while we're closed, as much as it's hurting you, it's hurting me as well. Understand that the future is uncertain. And what I'm going to do is have to play this by ear. What I have thought out thus far is this. This week, nobody has to pay booth rent. But for the next few weeks, because I still have to pay my landlord, he still wants his money. And all this money that's being promised to us, none of us have gotten anything. And while I want to work with you, I can't cut off my own foot to save you. Or however that saying go. I can't cut off my arm to save you. I cannot. I can try to work with you. And what I'm going to be doing, believe it or not, is I'm just going to be pretty much charging you what it would cost me just to keep the place open. You get it? So it's not like I'm even making profit off of anyone at this time. It's just at the same time, the reality of today is I still have to keep it open for everyone, and no one will have a place to work. We have all these wonderful moments. So I'm not going to charge booth rent this week. I'll call you next week. The next week, depending on how things are going, I may not charge the next week. But if it's still going and I haven't gotten any definitive answers by that third week, I'm going to ask you for probably a good chunk of the rent. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you decide to stay, you're still gonna probably owe me that rent. I'm gonna ask you for a nice amount of it, or I might, depending on how I am financially or whatever, say just give me half. But I can say give me half. But now we're 2 weeks free, 2 weeks, give me half. Okay, we're a month in. At this point, I'm gonna need you to figure out what you want to do. And I would, I know me, I would have figured out something in terms of money. I would have applied for every grant I could think of and everything by that time. But at this point, people can't sit in my business with their stuff and not pay me anything. You're gonna have to grab your stuff and go until this blows over or whatever. I don't know. Or um I would just ask people to help donate. And I would just I'm very transparent. So I'll probably like say something like, well, my rent is, I don't know about telling people numbers, but my rent is over $3,000 a month. And you all do the math. So while we may not be making money right now, if you all, instead of want to pay the booth rent, I may even do something like this if I sat down and thought about it. Okay, the rent and the light bill here is $3,000 a month. It's eight of us. If we split that up, we just each pay this amount of money. Somebody do the math. I don't know. Eight of us, and it's 3,000 a month. Okay, we can all pay this amount instead of paying your booth rent. It's a little bit cheaper than that. I'll sit and try to see what people want to do, because it's like at that point I can give you a concession, but I'm not about to put myself in the hole to help you or anybody else. I'm not about to do that. I'm just not, because it's not my fault. It's not your fault. But I don't know. Like even as a salon owner, it would be weird for me. I'm speaking on the end of being a salon owner. Like that's where my mind would be as a salon owner. Now, one thing, if you were on a contract, another thing I would say is I would try this for about 2 months. And I've heard somebody else do this, not for a salon, but this would be something if the person were on the contract. I'll say, look, I know times is hard and you don't even know how you're going to pay your bills right now. So what I can offer you is your contract ends in September, right? So I'm going to give you this month for free. You don't have to pay, but I'm going to be extending your contract till October. So you're going to have to stay extra month and pay rent, whatever. I don't know. Something like that. Like you have to be obligated to another month of rent. And I might do that for 1 or 2 months. After 2 months, I'm going to be like, something else would have to have come up just to try to give everybody a chance to try to figure out some things. But I would still be on everyone's butt, like every week. Like, look, here goes some grants you need to be applying for. Here goes some this. I'm applying for this. I'm trying to do this. I wouldn't just be sitting back listening to Trump's dumbass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you all who like Trump. But I wouldn't be sitting up listening to him. I would be brainstorming night and day, because the government, they keep, let me tell you what I'm seeing. They keep throwing out all these big grand ideas of how they're going to help the American people. And then they kind of like not reneging on it, but they're like, but, they're not really following through. Like it's like they're saying things to calm the American public. But at the same time, it's the first of the month, it's the fifth of the month. Come next month, this is going to be ugly, because ain't nobody got no money in their hands yet for nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. So I have been doing my own research personally. There's a lot of money out here on the federal tip, on the state tip, and on the in your local area tip. There are a lot of grant money, a lot of grant excuse me, a lot of grant money available. So I will be spending my time at home doing all of that. And anything I can find for the people in my area, I will be emailing everyone on the staff or in the building, inside the salon who works there. I will be giving them, forwarding all that information to them as well. Now, if a person, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I'm talking as a salon owner. If it's a particular person or two who I'm forwarding information to, and they not responding to me, they not saying nothing to me, and I'm trying to work with them, and they're not even saying hello, goodbye, I did that, I applied for that, or responding, I'm gonna give them a call and say, I need my booth rent, or you need to move your stuff, because you're not even, at that point I'm like, is this person just sitting at home twiddling their thumbs? If you're not trying to help yourself, I'm not going to help a person who's not trying to help themselves. I'm not going to work with the person who doesn't want to work with me back. So it's not my fault. It's not your fault. So we got to work together to try to figure it out together. If you don't want to work with me, then why don't you go home and wait this out? And when it's all over, if no one else has a spot, you can get it back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reading. This is why it's good to have good credit during these times too, because me as a salon owner, I would have credit and funds available to kind of float some things. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I would not be a salon owner that's just gonna sit there and say, don't worry about it, you guys. Don't worry about it at all. And I'm sitting up here shelling out my cash and charging up my credit card, still paying a mortgage. While your stuff's sitting there holding until things come back. I would not. You got to work. All of us got to work together because this is none of our fault. Now, luckily, in the places that I've rented, I'm pretty cool with my landlords. That's why it's very important to become cool with your landlords. Like actually, my old landlord, we're going out to dinner. One of my very first landlord, we're going out to dinner once all of this is over. He's trying to make me get another spot, but I'm like, yeah, I'll look at it, but let's go out to dinner. He's like, I'll take you to dinner, and he's Persian, and I'm like, I want some Persian food. See, it's good to have a good relationship too. Relationships and all of that are great in business. So I wouldn't be worried about us getting put out because I always have a relationship with someone when I do business. Always, always, always. That would be my concern. My concern, like I said in many other lives, is put myself in debt behind something that has nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna put myself in debt and charge up all my credit cards and stuff. Y'all better work with me. And at some points, some decisions will have to be made. Some contracts have to be re-signed. Some decisions have to be made. Okay, so you said it has also taught me to put fire into my ass to get another form of income. And I always tell people to have 7 forms of income. And I know that some of you at least three. Never have one way of making money. What are you doing? Never. Mm-mm. If you're not a nurse or a teacher, and even teachers, they're, I don't know, that's kind of iffy depending on where you are. But if you're not a nurse or something that's in like high demand and will never quit, I always say, have you some side hustles. You said don't depend on the government. No. You see how they saying stuff and they're reneging and well, I know we said last week, but it's gonna take this long. They had everybody all pumped up thinking they about to give money cashed out to them. People now making up memes saying cash, you could just cash out me. This is my cash out. That money is not coming right away, you guys. And it's nothing. $1,200 is not going to change the situation for no one. You'll be so far behind on everything, you'll still be in the hole once they give it to you. And like I said in the last live, don't be mistaken because they're going to remove that $1,200 or whatever that amount is. You will not get that credit the following year. It's a credit advance. It is a income tax credit advance. Instead of giving you that credit, if you claim they gave you for kids and all, they gave you 3,500 next year, whatever credit you were able to earn to get that amount back, that amount is going to be deducted from the amount of credit you are able to claim. I'm not going to go too deep into that. But Latasha Love, that's right. Da, da, da. Okay. Why would a salon owner pressure you to pay when they know you are not making any money? Well, that answer goes just like this. Why would the mortgage company and all these other mortgage companies pressure you to pay your mortgage if they know you're not making any money? Because it's business, and that's emotion you're talking about. And emotion and business are two different things, and that's why this channel exists, because emotion and business do not go together. Some people who have power to change things will allow things to change just based off of relationship. But in business, there are no emotions because it's all really just black and white. And black and white says, just because you have that going on over here, that has nothing to do with the obligation you have to me. There's nothing in there that says in the event that something happens, unless you bought some special insurance for this, hazard insurance or epidemic insurance, like that. Like when, okay, just like you move to, you know how some places you'll move to, you have to purchase flood insurance, right? So if something were to happen to your home, you have to have special flood insurance because that is not covered under regular homeowners insurance. So if you refuse or you didn't pay your flood insurance and your home flooded, you will be responsible or you will lose your home because you failed to purchase that additional insurance. And your original insurance is not going to say, oh, we'll pay for your home flooding, even though that's not part of our policy, because that was unfortunate that Mother Nature rained so hard on you. We feel bad for you. So even though that's not in our policy, we're going to go ahead and cover your home being destroyed in the flood. No, because in that area, you should have had flood insurance. It's the same thing here. Like what you're talking about, I get it totally. but you're mixing emotional feelings with a business contract. No one's obligated to do that. It depends on if the person wants to, but no one's obligated to do that. And you don't know what obligation that salon owner has to their landlord. I personally, if I still have my salon in this situation, my landlord will be super cool, super cool. I already know, because there was a period where I did run behind on my rent, and because a fire happened next door, and things happened, and I had ran behind, but I caught it up, and I would talk to him every week, and we were cool. But we were cool like that, like seriously, like we would go out. Such a lady. I guess it's my nerve. I'm sorry. But you can't assume that the salon owner has that. And especially if that salon owner is renting from a commercial company. See, I happen to be renting from a family owned Persian business. But if they're renting from a big major commercial company, they still want their money. So you want your salon owner to come up with $3,800. And I could tell you that it's probably more than that because my space was up there in the thousands. So you still want them to come out that money and your stuff, just let you have your stuff there and sit, and you pay nothing? Is that fair to her? The same thing that's happening to you is happening to the salon owner. Do y'all get that? The same thing that's happening to you and no fault of your own is also happening to the salon owner and no fault of their own. And then also, when you look at the person who may own the building, or whatever, you're paying that landlord. That landlord, let's just say Oscar and Sons Property Management. So Oscar and Sons Property Management has to pay Chase Bank, and Chase Bank may or may not be giving them a concession. But you know what? They may have filled out something for Chase Bank, but it's going to take 60 days for it to process because we're working with commercial loan. So that's a whole nother thing. It has to be approved by this person, is sent up and sent down and all this, and new promissory notes must be signed. In the meanwhile, your landlord, I'm sorry, your salon owner and your landlord, they still owe money because even though Oscar and Sons Property Management is trying to work with Chase Bank, that may not go through for 45 to 60 to maybe 90 days. So money still has to be paid. That's what's happening when people are still like, I need my money, because we assume that the world just stopped. But in business, the world does not stop, especially when stuff like this happens, because paperwork has to be filled out. Things have to be signed off on. New promissory notes must be signed. New mortgages must be signed. New interest rates must be signed off on. It doesn't happen overnight just because this bull crap happened. It does not. In the meantime, people still got to protect their credit score, their credit rating, their payment history, all those things. So who's worried about your little $150? I'll try to work with you, but there are bigger things on the table. I'm not saying you, Nettie. I'm just saying, like, we gotta look at the big picture here. And I'm here to explain it. But I'm talking from the salon owner side. And I'm gonna go over on the other side too. So Dana laughed and Tasha said that's fair. You said it sounds reasonable. This is just what I would be. This is where my mind would be. All good ideas, good tips. America's being treated like a shrimp club. Man, they plan us. Like next week they're gonna be like, we're working feverishly. Matter of fact, we're hiring 500 people to help print checks. And then everybody's gonna be all calm for a minute. And they're gonna be like the following week, oh, the printing machine broke down. It's gonna be another week. Because we're the most powerful country, yet we don't even have enough what is that, prep or PPP, whatever. We don't even have enough suits to protect our healthcare workers. Meanwhile, China over there done pretty much cleaned up the epidemic and cleaned the streets with drones. We can't even afford to buy a suit or a proper PPE mask. So y'all want to depend on these people here? Would you let the tech come on the side with their clients if they pay? Would you let the tech come on the side with their clients if they pay? I don't understand that. What do you mean? $1,200 is someone's rent for 1 month, and then what? Child, please, y'all better be there in November and vote. Yeah. So that's me speaking from the salon side. That's just me trying to get your mind in the thought process as it relates to what the salon owners are thinking, because there is a tier system. You looking at the salon owner answers to the landlord answers to Chase Bank. Chase Bank taking forever to process the paperwork and get things signed off on, and they got to do a whole nother closing because there's a whole new closing on a whole new mortgage they don't have to take out to get a lower interest rate and to get some first payments put off for some months. And then that's gonna trickle down to him. You see what I'm saying? It's a tier system. So that right there is the salon side. So now I'm gonna come back with the technician side, the thought process, just from me as a technician. This is why it's very, and now I'm speaking as a technician. This is why it's very important to always have more than one thing going on. I never, ever in my entire life have one source of income since I was like 15 years old. I and my friends, they could tell you, I always have a million things going on. I've just learned as I got older to hone in on a few, but I always have multiple streams of income. Always, 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 always. I personally, and this is not even gonna be a long-winded answer. I like that place and I've been there for a long time and I like the place. My clients like the place. For me, the first week, if the salon owner said, me, the place I would work at, the salon owner probably be like, don't worry about it. Let me think, we'll see what happened next week. But even if they said, let me pay, I'll probably pay them the first week because I have some money. After that second week, if they want to be paid that second week, I would probably, be honest with you, I would probably pay that second week, but I would move my stuff out. I would go ahead and move my stuff right out. I would go ahead and move my stuff right home. If I had to take the whole dang on day and make trips back and forth in my car, I would. Or if I had to go to U-Haul and get a 1999 truck for the day, I would. After that second week, I would move my stuff out. Because if you are renting a booth, you guys, you are an independent person. So you should, if you're running your business correctly, and I keep talking about this, things like this, life is just showing, I don't even have to say much because life in real life scenarios is just showing that you must run your business like a business and not a hustle. Because if everything's set up properly, I could just reach right out in my darn Acuity app and I can send out an email and say, hey, contact, book here because we're going to be working from home during this. I'm just saying, or whatever. I will be able to contact my people directly because if you're renting a booth, then those are your clients and you can do whatever you want with them. So there is no need for me personally to be depleting my savings, paying for a place and having all my stuff in a place where I can't make money. Okay? See, I'm telling you from two different ends. That's why it's so messy because I know they conflict in each other. I'm talking to you, I'm playing devil's advocate to what I just said because it depends on what situation I'm in, how I will feel. After that second week, I'm not going to sit there and throw money into this booth. If it's going to be there when you get back because if this lifts off, do you think they're going to be rented the booth out in 1 week to somebody? No. You'll be like, okay, I can come back now when it's all over. But in the meantime, they got to come to my house or something. They would. I would not be paying booth rent in the place that I cannot use. But that's what's happening right now. People are asking for the rent still. And it's like, well, what do you mean? I'm saying I was just explaining why. I didn't say I would sit there and pay it. I didn't say I would sit there and pay it. I wouldn't. Not for long. If they're not trying to work with me or anything, it just depends on how my finances look. But after like, especially, I might do the third week if they say, well, just give me half or let's split the bills. Let's just split the bare bones cost to run this place, which is this much. If it was a little bit less, I try to hold out. Ooh, ooh, girl, you pushing me. Ooh. I try to hold on that third week, but after that, I gotta go. I gotta go. And I'll be moving my stuff. I'll be back after this is over. I cannot be giving you money and I ain't even making no money. Give me my stuff and I got to go make some money over here. Because I still got to pay my landlord at home. I still got to buy groceries, cell phone bill, light bill, da da da. No. So that's my real answer. It ain't even on the other end. It ain't even that deep. I would try to hold on and see it and try to work with them a little bit. But if this kept dragging on, I would have to go home. If the booth rented out, that fast, then hell, you probably didn't even really like me for real, did you? If you rented out my space that fast, then you was feeling some sort of way. But hell, I had to protect myself and my having a roof over my head. I would grab my stuff probably definitely after that third week, and I have to go back home. I would. It ain't nothing for me to move out of a salon. I've done it so many times. I would. I would hate to if I like the place and everything, but in this situation, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd probably be crying and give her a hug, like I really don't want to leave. I'm so sorry. I could not afford to do that. I could not afford to do that. I cannot afford to pay you at a place I ain't making no money from. And all my stuff locked up there all day, doing nothing. And I'm sitting at home twiddling my thumbs. Hell to the no. My stuff has got to come home with me because I got to pay some bills. I gotta eat. That's just the real answer. It's no hard feelings in business. It's like survival. I have to survive. I have to survive. It has nothing to do with you. I hope it works out when you come back. Man, that's why everybody want. I want to open a salon. I want to open a salon. Salon ownership and business and all that stuff is not easy. Everybody just think it's all this money involved. The salon owners still have a huge responsibility over their shoulders. Bill, people want to own property and stuff. I'm like, man, I done did all that before. Times like these, you would wish you was not a salon owner. You would wish you were not owning property everywhere because people don't have the money to pay you at no fault of their own, and you're sitting there with this big, huge mortgage or big, huge bill to pay, and then your big corporate boss or your bank or whatever is still expecting their payments, or they want you to fill out this mountain of paperwork, and then you got to wait, to see if they're going to approve you. You can't even sleep at night because you wait to see if they're going to approve you, and then when they do approve you, hell, they starting over a whole new mortgage with all this extra interest and push. It could be messy, you guys. This is so unfair on so many levels. They're gonna have to do something big, but I'm not. I don't have faith. Such a lady. I'm sorry. I don't have faith. Yeah, true. Two different sides, different views. Yeah, I'm giving it from both sides, but I want to explain why. I would try to work it out the best I could, but I would still be like, look, y'all gotta help me out. I'm in the same situation. It's just like a new level, new devil. I'm your devil, but I got a devil too that's hanging over my head. Like, what are we gonna do? Let's try to work together because we're just really like a casualty right here. Both of us, both of us. So Keeper Nettie gave me some flowers, I think. I think Keeper Nettie gave me some darn dandelions. Oh no, I'm getting old. That's a 100. I thought it was girl, I thought it was a bouquet of dandelions. You said I hope the industry bounces back. I feel like this is gonna last long. I've been saying that. I keep telling people, I've said it so many times. I said I feel like they know they plan on stretching this out. Why would they be doing all this if they didn't plan for it to stretch out? The US doesn't have proper control because the US was not properly set up to handle this. The CDC, everybody has said it, so many different people. It was predicted. George Bush, I think, said back in 2005, if you don't something about if you don't figure out how to handle epidemic until it hits, then it's already too late. And that's what happened here. It's already too late. They're trying to figure out the strategy after it hit. That's what he said. If you don't try to figure out a strategy until the epidemic hits, you're already too late. And that's what they're doing. It's too late. It's getting ahead of us. So everybody's not going to die, but what I'm saying is that we're going to suffer for it, and they're not prepared to take care of us health wise or financially right away at all, really, because that's a drop in the bucket and they can't even really pull it together. Trump spoke way too soon. See, Trump is in these meetings and they're saying stuff in front of him, and when he gets on this camera with his microphone, he has to say something to make the American people like him. So he'll just say something he heard in the meeting, even though it was just something that's up in the air in discussion. And they're looking like they keep a straight face, but they're like, damn it, you was not supposed to announce that yet. But he has to say something to keep the American people happy and to make it sound like he, is doing something, even though it hasn't been fully flushed out all the way. Because you all watch, it's going to take a minute to get them checks. For those of you all who are getting them, they're not coming right away. And then what you going to do? What you going to do? We're going to see some things. Yeah, I don't have much faith either. You already got to read the fine print. If it isn't a grant, it's a loan. Ha. But there is a lot of money, true. There is a lot of money out here, a lot of money on the state, federal, and local level. So state, federal, even in your own little suburb, you'd be surprised, different charity organizations and things like that, they have money available. So I'm telling everyone, no matter what your situation, Just because uh, um we're all a victim to this. No matter if you're still working, you're still going to be a victim to it. You just probably don't see it right away. But it's affecting everyone. So see if there are some dollars out there to help you. I don't recommend anyone deplete their savings just yet because the recession hasn't even hit. Are there any questions? I feel like I've talked too much. That's my answer. Y'all thought I was gonna be on the salon side, and I was just saying both sides. I get where they come from as a salon owner, but me as a person renting the booth, I would have to leave really quickly. I wouldn't sit there that long. And people are arguing about this all day on social media, and I get both sides. I totally do. It's such a messed up situation. You said you Polish my shell. Did you feel like it's not going to last long, or it is? I don't think it's going to last forever, but I think it's definitely going to last into June, which is long enough. What you think gonna happen to all these places? Forever 21 was already about to file bankruptcy. Now you done made them close down all their stores. Hmm, they're not gonna make it. Many others. I started my website today, gonna start selling press-ons. Okay. And started to record content. Got that advice from you and Young Nails. Did they say the same thing? That's what you should be doing right now. That's exactly what you should be doing right now. And yeah, there is a class coming on my website. It's up there. It's on pre-sale. It's at a discount too. I haven't even announced it, so I'm not even saying what it is. But if you see it and you catch it, you get a special price right now. Um, yeah. Let me read the next comment. You said you're thinking until wait, it's a comment. Wait. You said you're thinking until July or August. They said, on wait. I'm thinking till July or August. They said on Ohio, our peak is late May, June. And here's the thing, just because we say peak, see, Illinois is saying our peak is going to hit, like, you know, I have a lot of nurses around me. They're all saying that the next 10 days or so is going to be the peak here in Illinois. But just after the peak, then that's just like the peak. They still have to let it ride down. That's the peak. But they still have to see what other cases float. And then once it starts to level out and hold some constant numbers on the bell curve, that's statistics. If you've ever taken a statistics class, you'll know that there's a thing called a bell curve. And so it's just like when things peak and then they come down and then they level out. They have to level out somewhere. So they're saying we still haven't reached our peak. So after we reach the peak, we have to get it, see where it's going to level out. Wherever it levels out, they can say, well, okay, now we're averaging about 30 cases versus 200 cases. And then they will slowly start to release all these restraints on us. But we haven't even reached our bell curve yet, you guys. Statistically speaking, we still have some ways to go. So when I'm talking, I'm not just talking to my butt. I'm just talking about how they look at things in the CDC and different things like that. They use math and things like that to determine what recommendations to give to the government to put on the people. That's how that goes. Um, I think small business will come back strong. Truly small business, like one or two employees with limited waiting area spaces and tighter restrictions, this will make people feel safer to have services done. And people need to stop running so far behind and smashing people in the room. Yeah, like that, like what you just said, which I don't do anyway. But yeah, but there's money out here for small businesses. The SBA is giving out money right now to small businesses. They are giving out small business loans, and the restrictions are. Listen, you guys, I am going to take a quick break because I need you all to really seriously grab some pen and paper to listen to what I got to say. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. That shouldn't even be showing. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay. So let me take this down. Someone just got the surprise. Just popped up on my phone. Someone purchased the surprise. You all better catch it because that is not the price. That is not the price. And when it hits a certain number, I'm gonna shut it off. I grabbed some footage for it today too. Um, and I was up all last night working on it too. It's on the website, Chicago Beauty Source. Boop. I haven't announced it yet because it's not ready yet. It's releasing on the 19th. So Sharina, oh, thank you so much. Sharina did a $10 super sticker. Super sticker. Thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate all the support, all the love. Did you have anything special you want to say or whatever you want to harass me today? Hmm? Sharina. Thank you so much. Um, Marla said, did I miss the case study discussion? Yep. We passed it already. We were discussing if people who renting booths should they still pay their booth rent, and it's a sticky thing. So yeah, Tina Tequila. I think Tina is running. Y'all, Tina is running to go get some tequila. I can see people are on this website right now, boy. We got some people down on the website in Florida. Someone in Cherall. We got somebody. Oh, we got a couple of people. We got some more people on this website. We got somebody in North Carolina. We got a couple of people in Florida. Where are these people coming from? Okay. Somebody in Inglewood. We got somebody over in the UK on the website right now. I can see who's on the website. I can't see who you are, but I can see where you are. Somebody in Carson. Carson. I don't know what Carson exactly is, but got a nice amount of people on here. Okay. You don't have to necessarily. Somebody's in Dallas, Texas. Who's here? Who's on the website from Dallas, Texas? Okay. You all done found the surprise, huh? I see it. My phone is lighting up. Cheryl, Dallas, all these places. Ooh, somebody else just jumped on here in Dallas. Two people in Dallas. That's interesting. Okay. So you all need to go on the Small Business Administration website. Did you all see my birthday video? Hey Tina, okay, that's you in Florida. I always have people in Florida. That's 8 people on here right now. That part. Ooh, oh my God, it's 2 people in California. Somebody in Inglewood. Who's in Inglewood? It's 2 people in Inglewood on the website right now. 2 people in Texas. Got 2 people in Florida, 2 people in Texas, 2 people in California, and somebody in. It shows in the middle. They're in North Carolina or in South Carolina. I can't tell which one. Florida here, Dallas here. Okay, yeah, you all better grab it because I'm putting this together. And I still haven't mentioned what it is. On the last 2 videos, I've said it, but I haven't said what it is. I haven't even done an official announcement of what this is, but because that is not the price. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody's in Lakeland. Somebody's in Lakeland. Wow. Okay. Oh. Um, I want to put it together in the right way. I'm putting it together in a classroom format. There will be test video and assignments to be completed before you move on to the next one. I had a young lady today who came, and I'm gonna tell you a little story. I wasn't gonna tell it. And she booked this appointment with me a while ago, and she tried to cancel at the last minute. Somebody in Carson is still on this website searching around. Oh, Nails by Deborah Lynn is in Inglewood. Okay, hey girl, I see you here. I can see you all. I can see where you are. I can see you all. And she started to cancel. I said, well, you can't cancel this late because you all know how I am. I said, at this point, if you cancel, you're going to lose your deposit because it's way too much time to replace. And, it's just, I don't do business like that. Like, you can't cancel at the last minute on me. You have to compensate me for the time that you put on my books. I was like, but you should come anyway because we have a dummy hand. I have one if you want to use mine. She's like, I'm just gonna come. I've been wanting to do this. I'm gonna come. I'm so glad she came because she's gonna be in the actual video, and she'll tell you her testimonial. She is part of the class now because she gave a testimonial on her being so glad she came because she almost gave up on doing nails because she just felt like she could not. Chandra, I got you. I just received your order, but she didn't think she could do acrylic. So you could watch acrylic all day. You could play around with acrylic all day. But after spending some time with me, yes, I do one-on-one because she had a private class. And she finally did. And she was like, I'm so glad I didn't let my model stop me because her model canceled on her at the last minute. So she was trying to cancel with me. And I'm like, you can cancel, but you're going to lose your appointment. You're going to lose your deposit. Y'all, listen, business and emotions don't go together. And I'm an emotional person. Somebody just purchased in Texas. I'm an emotional person, but when it comes to business, that's the one thing you got to really master is separating the two because you will short yourself. And at the same time, you could short other people by allowing them to short themselves. Because if I would have just been passive and said, oh, okay, well, whenever you can come, don't worry about it. No, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. You have time, do it now. You're going to stop something that you've been trying to do for the longest because the model canceled. And believe it or not, once she got here, she did not need a model. Somebody just sent me a message. She did not need a model because she wasn't there to work on a model. And let me tell you all something about nail models. People will always, 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 always want to be your model. Do you want to know why? Comment. I need comments. Why do you think people want to be your nail model? Why do you think people want to be your nail model? Every time I get ready to come on live every day, not every day, but whenever I get ready to come on live, did you all know I get very nervous because I'm like, I'm not going to have anything to talk about. And then I always end up being on here more than 2 hours, up to 6 hours. And you all who are OGs like Sharina and Marla, y'all know that that's very true. People always want to be your nail model because they always assume that being a nail model means I'm getting a free set of nails. I'm going to get a free set of nails. And so this girl was going to sit here. Exactly. You already know. This is why I talk about the psychology of people, the psychology. So let me go back and read these comments real quick. Nails by Deborah Lynn. You know, Nails by Deborah Lynn, it just sounds so gangster to me. I don't know. It's just something about that. I'll be like, ooh, you don't play with Deborah Lynn because she I don't know. It's something about like it. I don't know. You have a question about the pricing guide. It will include how to include overhead for everyone. Marlon, was that you to inbox me and I told you to bring it up in a live? Hold on one second. If I don't start sipping this Jesus juice. If I forget in 1 second, bring it back up to me. Do you have private classes? Yes, I do. However, too many people are asking me for private classes, and there are a lot of people who want private classes who are not here. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. If you're on the website to know what I'm doing, because it's just like one-on-one, really interactive. That's what I'm developing right now. And it's on introductory pricing. I did not see it on your website. You ain't in the know, honey. You ain't in the know, Elizabeth. I can't even tell you, honey, because it's not even really ready to be announced yet. It's just up there. It's not even really announced. Okay. Because they think they're going to get a free set. They want it on the free. Right, Dina? Right, Elizabeth? Right, Nettie? Exactly. It's because right, Sharina? Right. Right, Melinda? Yes. Marla, look. The nail charmer, yes. See, y'all already know. Because they are not really trying. Let's keep it real here. Y'all really want to talk? Do y'all really want to talk? Or do y'all want me to be like plastic like a lot of these channels on here? Y'all want me to be plastic and correct, politically correct, or y'all want me to be real? Which one? They're not really trying to help you out. I'm sorry. They're not. Listen, they're not really trying to help you out. They are really trying to help themselves out. And this is human nature. This is why it's like, why is she always talking about psychology and stuff? This is supposed to be a channel about nails. Actually, it's a channel about business. And the stuff I talk about, it goes across many different business platforms. They are trying to get something for free. So this young lady was going to cancel her appointment she's had for weeks and weeks and weeks and had her deposit down on, but her person canceled on her at the last minute. So she was trying to cancel at me at the last minute. I'm like, well, you can cancel, but you're going to lose your deposit. And she paid me for the other half of the class. And so I'm just going to move it. I said, you can move it, but you're going to still pay the deposit for today. And you're only going to have that amount for the deposit on the next one, but you're going to still lose the deposit on the time you have for today. I suggest you still come. I have a hand, and if you have one, I said we can still get it done. You cannot let other people determine how you move with your time, because if you depend on other people, you won't get a lot of shit done. Man, if I place a lot of things I want to do waiting on other people, because people got a good game, they got a good talk and a good walk, and yeah. Oh yeah, let me know. I'm down, girl. Yes. Oh yeah, I got you. Ooh, I'm cool. Whatever you need. If you wait on people, you will be disappointed and you will be behind your own life goals. If that's what it takes. If one person calls you, say, I ain't gonna be able to do it, and you just stop your whole life and put it off, you gotta improvise. And so I was like, I'm not gonna cancel, but if you want me to cancel, you're gonna lose some money. She said, I'll come. I said, okay, come on. She came, and when she got here, she did not need a model. She did not need a model. And I told her, I'm so glad you didn't bring a model. You know why? Because where her skill level was, she did not need a model, because her model would have been pissed off. See, woo, every time I get on here, y'all really get me to talk, and I don't like that about that. Because when I go back and watch these videos, I'll be like, ooh, they be getting me. And I'm just really talking to a screen, but they get me. Y'all get me. Y'all get me with those little words y'all be saying, like speak, please, and yes, and all that. And I just keep going. Y'all like that. And it's all out on the World Wide Web. And y'all just putting out words, but I'm putting myself out here raw. But I be saying truth. So here go the truth. The truth is people be self-serving. People be trying to see if they can get out of situations. So they will pretend to want to help you, but really they trying to help their damn self. Okay. So this particular young lady, if she would have brought a model, let me tell you, because the class was 2 hours. But I'm a type of person where I said, let me tell you something. And I'm that's why I'm switching up things, because this is just me as a person. If you book a one-on-one with me and it's a 2-hour one-on-one, I'm still gonna book out 4 hours. You know why? Because I tell you all, with anything mobile, it takes more time to get here, get situated, get set up, break down, after talking all that. So I charged you for a 2-hour class, but I'm going to book out 4 hours in my books. And I already had clients before she got here. So I'm such a lady. Lord have mercy. Thank you. No, for real. But she ended up being here 4.5 hours. Her model would have been frustrated, because guess what? When I saw where she was, technically, I spent the first 45 minutes with her not even working on nails. I had to see where her skill set was, and then we had to do some exercises before I even let her lay acrylic on nails. Which is, if some of you all were in my virtual class, you already know what that is. And then that helped. And it saved time, because if you don't really understand it, and I gotta break it all the way down, what's the point in laying nails? You gotta understand why and what you're doing once we get on the nails. So the first 45 minutes was just that. And then we got on the nails. And then I said, take that set off. Now do it again. And I literally had her we used the mannequin hand, the little mechanical thing. But I said, now the third time, she said, okay, it's time for me to go. I said, no, we're not done yet. You're not where you need to be. When people walk out from my class, I need you to say, wow. That's what I look for. Oh my God, I've never been able to lay acrylic like this before. I won't stop until I get you to that point. And that's how I go. So she paid for a 2 hour class, but I wouldn't let her quit because I knew I was going to give her more than her money's worth. I'm just saying that to say, and the testimonial will be within the surprise. You'll see it live. She just recorded it today. But I made her take that set off that mannequin hand and do it a third time. And then I made her do a few of my nails to say, okay, now it's different because you're on a human being. Do my nails. Then I took that off. I said, now do your nails. Then go back and do the thumb on the mouth. I had her doing nails over and over and over and over again till where she became comfortable and stopped doing what I see a lot of you all doing, is going crazy with acrylic and stabbing the crap out of it. And y'all put it on there and just start wiping it everywhere and stabbing it instead of, and it was crazy because I kept telling her, I said, you're doing the same exact thing. I said, my voice is a little rough. I said, you need to watch my YouTube channel. I thought I found her from YouTube, and I did not. I found her because I was up in the school I graduated from. I was up there teaching at Dudley, and she was a student from a previous class, and she kept my information all this long. She said, I've been wanting to come to you. I said, so she don't even know the side of me, you guys. She never seen me on YouTube. I said, I know I'm a little abrasive, but I'm gonna get you together. She's like, no, I appreciate it. I said, I'm gonna get you together. So I was coaching her and drilling her, like, stop. What you doing? Take that off. Why did you do that? And she still looked up, why? I said, what was your thought process when you did that? Let me see who just purchased. Oh, somebody bought a couple things. Who's this? But I asked her why. I said, I know my voice is a little bit abrasive, but when I say why, I'm not saying why in a way that's like chastising. Deborah Mack, okay, all right, hey Deborah Mack, I see you. But I said it in a way where, why did you do that? Why did you start wiping them nails all down? You just realized you wiped everything off. And every time she did so, I said, so why did you do that? If you can't answer me, you're just doing something. This is how I talk to people when I teach them. Because I tell them when I'm laying acrylic, I'm talking to myself. When I'm laying acrylic, I'm saying, okay, you got that. Okay, that's a little wet. Go ahead and grab that from the side. That's wet. Okay, hold that because that's wet. That's wet. That's wet. I talk and coach on that level with people. See, we have a lot of channels and that'll give you the basics. See, I just lay it and it's, see guys, and catch me on the next video. Now, I go deep. And so I had her, she thought she was just gonna, I think at first she was like, she's gonna have me play on paper towels. She was cool with it. She was fine the whole way through. But I said, I need to see where you are. And I did the same thing in my technical class. Well, my live class that went for 7 hours. I had everybody play on paper towels. Y'all think y'all just about to start laying nails? No, I need to see how you even look at your liquid powder ratios. And then once you understand that, because a lot of people are not laying good acrylic because they're just laying acrylic. And they don't even understand why they're laying it or how they're laying it or why they laid it the way they laid it. They just started doing something because they put it down there and they had to do something with it. And if you don't stop and think on what happened and why you're doing what you're doing with that particular ball of acrylic, you will always have a problem with it. And that's what people need to dig into. And so I just kept asking her why. And I think at a certain point she was like, and then she got it. And so when she was done, she kept doing like this because when I was done with her, she had did a whole hand of nails and it was good. She was looking and taking pictures, not taking pictures, but she was like, I did that, and I did that. And you'll see, if you got the surprise when it releases, you'll see that she was like, and you guys, I did this. But she never did anything like that. And it wasn't a time of filing or anything like that because some people can make a nail look decent by filing the crap out of it. No, when I was done, it was, I said, now hit that drill. And we talked. Let me tell you another thing. Within her being here for 15 minutes and she turned on that drill for the first time, I said, are you sure you're using your drill correctly? She looked at me. I said, I think you're using your drill in the wrong direction. The woman had been using her drill in the complete opposite direction that she should have the whole time. So investing in things like this is important because she was getting frustrated. And if you let a model stop you or the lack of wanting to invest in yourself stop you, you will quit because so many people do not make it in this industry. And this woman came for one class because I said, you need to come, you're going to lose your deposit. And she learned how to lay acrylic. And she learned that she had been using her drill in the wrong direction the whole time. And when she finished and she hit that drill over this set, this final set that I had her doing in mannequin hand, she said, wow, this drill feels so much better in my hand. I said, yeah, because you had it running the opposite way. I'm a lefty, so I'm gonna use it in reverse or whatever. She was like using it, she had it in reverse, but she's right-handed. You get what I'm saying? And she's like, wow, it feels so much better. I said, yeah, that's why you were fighting the drill. I could tell when you first started using it that you were fighting to hold it. You were fighting to hold it in your hand because you should have just turned it the other way. Y'all wait on other people. If I wait on other people, y'all will not know me. There will be no Chicago. Y'all will not know me. And I'm to a point now at this age where I'm like, I will put people on to something once or twice, and then after that, I'm like, pew, I already done did it. And then they come back like at the Atlanta trip. I invited a lot of people to go to Atlanta with me for my birthday. People, yep, they gonna go. That sound fun. But now that they see how much fun I had and all the stuff I said was going to happen, we at the mansion, we around these people. I'm sitting next to Candy Bird's daughter, and I'm at the mansion, at Young Thug Mansion. They see I wasn't just talking, and I actually do know these people, and I put you in these environments, and all these things really do happen, and I have a great time. Oh, because the next party is going to be on a yacht. Now everybody's like, I'm going. Okay, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. I'm not gonna beg people to live their best life. And if you let people determine yours, you won't have the best life. You will have a life, but not the best. Y'all, oh, why y'all get me to talking like that? Just shut me up. Just put in here, Tanisha, shut up in the video. That's all you got to say. Y'all already know when I start doing like this with this meme, right? Because it's been an hour, 40 minutes. You already know. Oh, I got to step away. Hold on. Okay, so let me see if there are any comments. And I'm just gonna jump off here unless there are any questions. So Izzy Nels, you're gonna have to start from the beginning. Oh, yeah. My mind, as soon as I put that acrylic down, I get too overexcited. Yes, you do. And I feel like I got to rush to get it down. Then I wipe off half the acrylic. Yeah. I took your first class, but I'm going to take the next. Have you been on the website? Because there's a class you can take at your own pace. I'm training my mind to talk as I go and why. And that's what I kept asking her. I said, why'd you do that? And she would look at me like, why are you talking to me like you're my mama? I said, hold up. I'm really asking you, why did you do that? I said, remember what I told you? You're doing the complete opposite. I said, you're doing the same exact thing. And I'm just going to give you all a little snippet of one thing I taught. I'm going to teach in both classes. People lay this acrylic down. The first thing they're doing is start stabbing it and wiping it off and stabbing it. And I don't know what that is with nail techs, where y'all want to start stabbing the acrylic and wiping it all off and stabbing it. And then you wonder why it turned to a clump. If you are afraid of your acrylic, you either control it or it will control you. And then you lay more. And you do the same thing, stabbing and then wipe it off, stabbing and wipe it off. Then you like, oh my God, I need to lay more. And then before you know it, it's a big giant ass brick on there. It's the wall that Trump wants to build. It's already on your nails. You can just sell your nail to Trump because you don't build a big old wall on your nails. So my point of my class is to teach that, like, What are we doing here? Why did you do that? What was the explanation? If you can't give yourself an explanation on why you just laid that acrylic and why you just did with that acrylic what you did, you were just doing something. And that's what a lot of people do. They just freak out and start doing something to feel like they're doing something. They have no control over the acrylic. They're just doing something, but they can't explain why they just did what they did. So they just grab more and try it again, even though they don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Okay. Just let gravity do most of the job for you. Practice liquid to powder ratios, point the finger down. Yep. Yep. Exactly what she just said. That sounds easier to say though than doing. Nails is not something you can watch a YouTube video 5 times and get it. You have to literally do it. Literally. What were you supposed to write down? Did you miss it? Okay. We're glad you mentioned that. So you all need to go to the SBA.gov, the Small Business Administration. They have a list of loans right now, and some of them are forgivable, which means I think they're calling them advances. I was trying to find it on my phone, but I was reading through and I've been doing some research and I was reading through again today briefly. And they are literally giving out money for people who qualify up to $10,000. And after this is over, you probably won't have to give it back. You have to read to see if you qualify. It's 10 things you have to qualify under. But they're very simple things like um do you owe child support? Do you owe the government right now for some for fraudulent activities? It's like everything on there you should in most circumstances be able to check the boxes. My application is in. Um, and you should be able to check the boxes. There are 4 or 5 different loans that the SBA, S like Sam, B like boy, A like Apple, SBA.gov, I believe, Small Business Administration, they're giving out right now to small business owners. And it says that you can have from 1 employee to 50, I believe, 1 to 500 employees to apply for this loan. And they said they have tremendously reduced their guidelines in order to be approved from this loan. They said it becomes forgivable. I didn't read the exact one, that I have to read a couple more times because you know how that jargon goes. But basically, they have streamlined the process for you to apply, and I believe they're giving $10,000. And I believe it starts at 10,000 up to $500,000. So if you can get $10,000 and then you show proof that you have been spending money towards keeping your business going, then it becomes forgivable. What is showing proof? I'm not sure on this program per se, but I would assume that showing proof is showing, I can simply show my bank statements. My bank statements could show that, I've been paying because I'm a mobile tech and work from home tech. All these different things could be like, well, this is how much I normally make a month doing this, and I'm not making this. But these are the expenses that I have monthly, and I'm not making this income to meet these expenses. You get what I'm saying? So that's where this money has been going. But I can prove that. So you want to go to the SBA, and there are different. I had it pulled up right before I went live. There are different forgivance loans. They're loans, but they're really grants. They're really grants, believe it or not. Also, I want you to write this down too. Wherever you are, I can't give you the specifics. This is where your work comes in, right? I need you guys to go ahead and look up, just write this down. Write this down. COVID, COVID-19 local programs, local, LOCAL programs. You'd be surprised. There are probably some places in your area, especially if you live in California, you'd be surprised there's a group of wealthy women who have money and they love to give to causes just like this. They just love to give causes just like this to give their life purpose. And there's money sitting and they want to gift it to you to make themselves feel better. You better grab that money. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Stuff like that you all need to research. You will come up on some free money for real, just doing some research. If y'all just want to sit there and listen to Trump talk and Pence in the background typeface and just depend on that, it's other money out here. Whatever county you live in. I live in Cook County. Cook County, COVID-19 assistance. COVID-19 Cook County, not loans. help. Just Google this stuff and you will come up with a list of things, money that might be sitting. You never know how you qualify. A lot of things I may not qualify for because I don't have kids. But having kids, they may qualify you for some things. If you have SNAP benefits already, they're giving out additional SNAP. Everything differs depending on where you live. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Okay. Oh, SBA. I saw it and researched into it. You got to be careful with this. It's changing. $10,000 grant. After that, it's a loan. Yes, only business expenses. You see what I'm saying? But you said $10,000 grant. After that, it's a loan. Why not just take out a $9,950 grant then? That's money you weren't even thinking about or knew you had access to 2 months ago. Now you do. So why wouldn't you just get as much as you can as a grant? What's to be careful about? Just be smart about it. If they're giving out any amount as a grant, that's the amount you get. If you need some loan money, a lot of people, let me tell you something else. For real. Y'all give me a second here because y'all be getting me worked up. And I don't know what y'all be saying. Y'all get me worked up. I think it's because, I just try to see how people thinking. For some reason, people freak out when they see the word loan. You cannot want to be a business owner and be scared of loans. Sometimes it takes money to make money. Now, if you irresponsible and you're gonna take the money and go buy some stupid stuff, then don't take out loans. But if you are really want to grow your business and somebody's willing to loan you some money that you normally wouldn't be approved for, you better have a plan for it and get the money. Especially if there's no prepayment penalty. Get the money. Because if you don't use it all, you can always pay it back with no penalty. Prepayment, I always ask them, is there a prepayment penalty? People for some reason act like the word loan is bad. It's a loan. It's a loan. If you're trying to be a business owner, you want to be available. You want to have loans available to you. How do you think businesses grow? Businesses grow via loans. Not everyone is just born with all this money to just get things jump started. I have a loan out right now. This is my second one with this company. And I like it because I prepay them. They say it should take me a year to pay them back. This is my second loan with them, and I paid them back in 3 months each time. I'm building good credit with them. So loans are not a bad thing. You need loans sometimes to grow your business. I don't know why people freak out over loans. And I'm about to take out a third one. Because every time I get the loan now, it's growing. Now this time I'm going to get on the phone and say, I want 4 times this amount because you're saying it should take me a year to pay off this loan. I'm paying it back in 3 months, meaning that you're only giving me a loan at 25% of my payback potential. So I would like to have 3 to 4 times as much as what you are offering me. I have proven myself to pay you back on time, on schedule, with no dings. So you are really approving me at 25% of my payback potential. It's a good thing because if you want to grow or something comes your way and you want to invest, you don't have the money to cash to do it. And you never want to spend up all your cash flow. If you know anything about big business, real business people that's doing business on a big level will tell you cash is king, but you want to always keep your liquid assets. That's the last thing you want to touch. You always want to use other people's money to grow your business. Other people's money. That's why I say right now, I refuse to sit back and just twiddle my thumbs. I'm not going to sit up here and use up all my cash while the government figure out what they want to do so I could be homeless. I need to keep my cash. The worst thing you could do is spend up all your cash reserve. You need to have business credit. You need to have loans at your disposal 4 times like this. 4 times when someone may approach you with an opportunity, say, hey, my friend, let's just give you an example. This is where a business loan will come in handy. I'm just going to give you an example. And I ain't going to stay on my line much longer, I promise you. Because this has happened to me before. This is literally very similar. Something like this has happened to me before. I had a client who worked in a cosmetic surgery office. So she was like an assistant. So basically she worked in the office. This is my big salon near downtown. She was a cosmetic surgery assistant. So she worked in the office with all those rich women who came in to get nose jobs and stuff like that. And she kept telling me that one of her clients worked for QVC. And she loved my scrubs and my butters and all that good stuff. And she's like, oh my God, we need to get these on. We need to get these in front of her. Da, 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 da. We need to get these with her. We need to get these in front of her. She had been saying that for like a year. And I would do her nails, and I'm like, okay, Barb. I'm just making a name. Okay, Barb, thank you so much. You're so funny. Da, da, da. She just kept saying it because she loved my products that much. And so let's just use this scenario because things like this happen all the time. If you're in the industry long enough, Barb comes running in one day and she's like, listen, there is the Cherry Blossom Festival here in Chicago this summer. It's July 9th through the 12th. I need you to be there with your products. I need you to be there with your products. Why? Because my friend is going to be in town and we're going to that festival together. We're going to the Cherry Blossom Festival together. And I need you to have a booth there because I don't want to pitch you to her because I don't want to feel like I'm trying to sell her or, I don't want her to feel any type of way. But I just know if she were to see your products, that she would definitely get it in because she trusts my opinion. And I know once she tests your products, she would definitely want to bring you in or fly some out to, do a test run on the show. Again, and this is a true story that one of my clients, her friend worked for QVC, literally like Home Shopping Network, QVC. Her friend worked for QVC and she was one of the marketing people who would pick the products to go on the show, and she kept pushing it. Now, if my client came to me and said, I need you to be at this Cherry Blossom festival because I'm going to make sure she gets to your booth, you go, okay. But you get to the Cherry Blossom Festival and the booth it's a, what I say, the 9th through the 12th or whatever, it's a 4-day festival. The booth price is $2,500 or $4,500 or $5,000 or whatever, $2,300. Let's say $2,500 for those days. You might be missing an opportunity because you don't have $2,500 cash to just go throw on a booth on a hope and a whim. But if you're a real G and a real business person and you know this person's been given a scenario, you might go ahead and put that $2,500 on a card. You know why? Because on that card, you're going to make sales regardless. And then there's a huge opportunity to get your products on QVC. You would do it on credit, but you're not going to take your last cash to do something like that. But you will use credit and gamble it with your credit because you can take your time to pay it back, even if it's not as successful. You get it? So credit is king. And that's why I'm like, I don't know why people freak out so much when they see the word loan, because in business, you will always need loans. Businesses use loans all the time. They float money from one place to another strategically to turn profit, If you think you're going to always spend $5 and make 500, you have a skewed mindset on how business works because business does not always flow that easily. Sometimes you have to invest 500, lose 100, lose 300 more, and then make 300 back, and then make 400, then make 500, then make 500, then invest. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you're up and you're down. That's why your tax people are around to help you figure out how much you made overall. Because sometimes, even with me, it's hard to tell if I'm making money or not. Because some days I lose money, sometimes I make money overall with all my businesses. But I know overall I'm making money. But I'm just saying, like, if you expect it to be so clear cut on how to make money as an entrepreneur, you won't be an entrepreneur because you have to be a risk taker and you're going to need some capital to do so. And you don't want to use all your liquid capital. And I'm not going to repeat that one more time because I feel like I just said it like a million times. Excuse me, I don't want to talk you to death. Now you wonder how long they're going to take. Now that's the question. How long will all of this take? Because see, what I'm saying is I'm seeing everybody throw out all these wonderful, wonderful sounding things to help us. I've yet to see a person receive shit in their hand. That's why I refuse to sit back and not do anything and make money because ain't nobody got a dime in their hand yet. And I just paid my rent today. And I could have paid it yesterday. I've just been lazy. I was like, man, today the 5th, let me run. I tried to do it online. It wasn't going through. I had to drive over there real quick and then come get online. But y'all, has anyone met anyone or heard anyone say that they've gotten any government? Can you all just comment below? Has anyone, yes or no? Does anyone know anyone who's gotten even $5 from the government yet due to this virus? Just $5. Because it's, and I'm just saying, they throwing out all these wonderful ideas and programs and stuff. Has anyone gotten any money? We keep reading about it, but has anyone gotten anything? Anything. I'm just saying anything. Anything at all? $5? Six? I've been applying to scholarships for beauty professionals. That's what I'm saying. All this money sitting out here. You all forget that it's grants and it's not always a loan. Don't be afraid of loans, though. That's what I'm saying. But there are a lot of grants. There's a lot of money sitting right. Y'all better hurry and grab it because if one person announces on their social media, it's gonna be gone in one day. But it's sitting there. There are charities and rich women who sit around and collect events just for this. They don't want to take pictures with you now. Come over here, poor person. Come over here, poor person. Take a picture. Look at me. I help the needy. Take it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But I digress. I digress. Y'all better get on that computer and look stuff up, sba.gov, and then look up COVID-19 assistance, whatever county you live in, whatever state you live in, and see what programs are available and spend some time reading. There is money on many different levels. I have applications out all different types of ways. Right. I'm not gonna tell all my business, but I'm gonna tell you I got applications out all different types of ways on stuff. And you should too. Look into paying, see, here's a resource. Look into paying COVID-19 relief fund dash 500 for non-business related expenses. See, money, 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 money. Tabitha, hey, you're late. Yes, you are. You already know. I ain't say nothing, but you already know. Sharina has greeted you though. She took care of it. I applied to that immunity, no response yet. I'm gonna go back and look at this one. And 159-28. I'm gonna go back and look at this one because I apply for everything, honey. Oh, yeah, yes, yes. Nothing yet. Okay, yes. Because once it gets out, it's exhausted quickly. But it's stuff that people haven't tapped into. See, people are right now working on a high off of what Trump said talking about these checks. They working on their high. So everybody, y'all calm. When they realized, they said it could take up to 5 months to get all those checks out. 5 months. When people realize they don't have no money and their landlord talking about evicting them and filing paperwork, people gonna start freaking out, looting. And then when people figure out there ain't no job to go back to, because they even if they open and let's say Burlington Coat Factory, even if they're opening back up, they're not hiring but like a third of the workforce back or four people because they can't afford to. And all these places that people work, they figured out they're not gonna come back and they have no money coming and they haven't paid rent in 2 months. Honey, it's a perfect storm, which is one of my favorite movies, waiting to prove. Haha, I just got my unemployment check processing. It's not cover my rent at all. I'm glad I'm doing Instacart for now. And remember, I mentioned the Instacart. Instacart is booming right now. You got to be creative to get their nails done for free, and they still don't send people. Ah. So let me go back to that story. So it's a good thing she did not bring a model because I said that to her. I said, if you would have brought a model, they would have been pissed off because they coming to be your model thinking they about to get a whole free set of nails. Even if they ain't perfect, they was just going to be happy to get a free set of nails. But the way I teach, you never even really do a full set like that. They don't even get finished all the way, depending on what you need to learn. So that person would have been pissed. And they probably been like, well, can you finish? Well, the class is over now because my part is done. She want to do your nails at home, that's fine. Because my job, people get it. When I used to hire actual models in the hair care industry, we used to have to fire certain models or we would not bring them back because they forgot why they're a model. Some models are there to try to get over on something for free. And it's like, if you volunteer to be a model, that's exactly what you are. You're there to just be a body for whatever we need it for. Nobody told you or guaranteed you what you're getting. A model is a model. You might walk out with 3 nails on, and this one's super long all the way out here, and this one super short. This one can have no chip. This one can have a long nail, and this one could be short. These can be short. You said you'd be a model. But when people think they're going to be a nail model, they think they're going to walk out with a free set of nails that look good. Be careful with getting models. So I said, I'm glad you didn't bring a model because they would have been mad. They would have been frustrated. They definitely wouldn't have sat and let her do as much as I had her do because I had her put on a set and take off a set 3 times. But after the third time, she was so happy. And I was like, yeah, a model would have been mad. Watch getting these models. Are there any other questions? Because I'm not going to keep you all much longer. I tell people to bring a model if I do one-on-one, which I'm pulling back from one-on-ones. That's why I'm doing the classes. But because a model will kind of pressure you, they always have something going on. And then they try to make it seem like the reason for the class is to finish their nails, and that's not it. The reason is to get you a better understanding of the skill. Once you get the better understanding of the skill, I don't care if the set of nails is finished. I don't care if it got top coat on it or anything. As long as you understand and whatever it is you came for, that's all I'm focused on. And the model always want to make sure they walk out with a full set of nails with some designs and all that. And I don't even focus on that. Matter of fact, we didn't do no designs. We didn't even top coat the nails she got today because that was not the focus. And it took 4 hours to get that focus where it needs to be. That is the purpose of the class. A model would have been mad. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. If you have a case study that you think would be good, DM it to me on Chicago One on Instagram. Be sure you check out Chicago Beauty Source because that's where all this stuff is going down at Chicago Beauty Source. And yeah, oh, there's some good information popping up here. CND is doing scholarships. Boom, there you go. More information. That's why I said there go your pen and paper. See, you said what I get my pen and paper for, Tim Tequila. What I get my pen and paper for? You ain't said nothing. You ain't... Well, boom, there you go, Tina Tequila. Now what? Now what? What's the price of nail booth rental normally, please? It depends on the area. I would say nowadays booth rent for a nail tech is probably around 125 or more. And 125 is probably on the average to lower end. I would really say 150, but it depends on where you are. Because in southern states, it may be a little bit less, but not really, because nowadays nails are so popular. So I would say 125, 150 is the average nail booth rental rate. Other people could chime in and tell you. I have not rented a booth in many, many, many years. So yeah. 125 a week. A week. So basically 500 a month and up. 500 a month and up. I applied for a PBA COVID relief fund last week. It's a lottery. And that's another thing. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a lottery thing. So on the city level, they have some stuff here that you can apply for artists, for all these different things, but it's a lottery. I think they have 4 million sitting up here in the city of Chicago. Even though I'm not in Chicago, I'm like, maybe I could apply. Never know. But it's lottery money. It's a lot of, I'm glad you said that. It's a lot of lottery money sitting locally because it's only so much. And to be fair, they have to just put it into a lottery. And if your name get pulled, like that one, the one I was looking at yesterday, or was it earlier today? One of those, it was $1,500 just because, but it was a lottery. You have to fill out to be put in the lottery. Month in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, that's the Midwest. So it's probably about 151, 125, 150 a week. 5 to 600 a month, booth rent. To be honest with you, if you can find somebody who does something that you do or something complementary to what you do, you might want to rent a suite or rent a very small, yeah, suite or commercial type space and just do it together. One person does hair, you do nails, y'all. You know, it's 600 together. So you all are now only paying $75 a week each. You might have to fix the place up a little bit, paint it, have somebody install a shampoo bowl or whatever. But instead of paying 150 a week, you'd be paying 75 a week, and you pay this little space at 600. So the possibilities are endless. They definitely are. Google Horst Breakenbacher, Rachel Barger, Tina. Google Horst Reichenbacher Foundation. See what I'm saying? See, she on it. Izzy Nails is on it. And that's what I'm telling you all to be on it right now. It's money out here. My suite is 150 a month. See, 150 a month. They are now turning a lot of office suites into salon suites. Salon suites are hot right now. Nobody's trying to rent a booth these days. Like everybody, somebody open a salon. I keep telling y'all every live salon. Salons are outdated. Okay, people want to be their own boss, so people are renting suites and being their own boss and doing things the exact same way they want to do it. They paint the walls and coming and going as they please, and doing exactly how they want to do it. Play the music they want to play, and come and do and talk about what they want to talk without worry about not offending anybody or whatever. So nobody really is trying to work in a salon these days. People want their own suite. Suite is the way to go. Suites are the future. Suites are the present and the future. Salons are a thing of the past. And some people get upset when I say that, I think, but it's the truth. A ton of scholarships for all beauty professionals. Mhm. True, true. But you got to do your own research. We just gave you the lead, the kind of the groundwork to go do your research. So we can't sit around and wait on the government because you see everybody else. That's the purpose of this case study today. Everybody still wants their money. So are you just going to sit back and wait and watch Yahoo News and listen to Trump and Pence and all them talk every day and then turn around and kind of renege on what they said or give you excuses on why they ain't sent nothing to you? Because nobody has told me a dollar of anything they've received in their hand. Like I said 2 weeks ago, as this thing keep going, it's gonna get real. Why everybody's so high and mighty? No, I would never. Oh, you part of the problem. And then I said, okay, y'all can say that now, but wait till your money start getting funny. You're gonna change up your tone when you realize that you have to still pay some bills. So that's it. That's it. I think. I think that's it. I think that's it. So is that do you all have any other questions? Because I think I'm gonna go out and log out now because I have a lot of work to do. I do got a little time to get stuff done on the next couple days. So thank God. 2 days to myself. Um, no. So that was Rent-A-Demic. I think this was a great discussion. It's no one's fault. I didn't want to side with anyone. I just wanted to explain both sides. We'll see how this pans out. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend, go on their website if you want to know what all the fuss is about, and you'll see. And I got one more comment up here. Yeah. Izzy Nell says sweets are the future. Yeah, sweets have been the thing. Like in Georgia, people not opening salons no more. Everybody's building sweets. I'm gonna say this real quick before I check out. So who do I check in again for what that want to be my wait? So who do I check in again for that want to be my own boss? Sweets information. You gotta find it. There is no. You gotta research it. You have to research it. We don't know what's in your area. You have to research it, and then you have to find out if that type of business is allowed in that area. And then there are some that are just opening up beauty suites. But I'm gonna tell you something. Those people that open up beauty suites, they tend to be more expensive. It's smarter and it's more cost efficient for you to find and do your own research on Craigslist and just Googling stuff that you could think of. Where do I find beauty suites in your zip code? Then you're going to find landlords who are zoned to allow you to do whatever. That's how you're going to get a better deal. Okay. If you go into straight up beauty suites, especially a corporate beauty suite, they're going to be taxing you for a little 10 by 10 room. It's going to be $400 a week for a little 10 by 10 room. But if you find a private landlord who has a space that's commercially zoned the right way, you can move up in there and he's going to say, give me $400 a month. And I have a case study. She hasn't been on here in a while, but there was a case study a couple of months ago. Sharina, you might know who it is. I can't think of her name right now, but she actually found a spot where she was, and they were willing to give it to her for $450 a month. And she said it was perfect. It was a privately held place. So you got to do your own research. There's no sorry. That was a great question. You can probably find it, but the commercial ones are going to be probably way more expensive because they had to brand it and all that. But don't forget, you're just looking for a commercial space that will allow you to do personal service. Personal service. Let me type this up in case you want to go back and rewrite this. Personal services. This is how it will be listed. Okay. You just want to find a place that's commercially zoned that allows beauty or slash personal service zoning. which is pretty much just like a general commercial, you know, and the person who owns the building, they will know that and they'll know where to send you to find out just to make sure. And if that building or that space is zoned to allow that, which it shouldn't be a problem, then the landlord will be happy to rent it to you, especially right now because a lot of places are going to be going out of business. Mhm. That's where you're going to find your deals. Ah, thank you for this. No problem. Thank everybody. You said I can't remember who that was. Then you know what I'm talking about. She's normally in here all the time. She wears the glasses. She's come on live a couple times. She remember that she found a spot and it was 400 a month. And I was trying so hard to convince her to get it. She could have got that. She could have got it. I didn't forget. I don't forget anything. But yeah, I can't remember her name. You said you found a salon that's doing a cheaply day rate for nail techs in LA. Found it on Craigslist, like you said. Yeah. It's like there is no one answer. It's just how bad do you want it, and you got to get creative and researching it. That's it. That's all. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip on out of here because I still got a lot of things to do and I need to eat. And I'm gonna catch you all in the next live, or I'm gonna catch you all in the next. You never know what. Just stay alert. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Check out Chicago Beauty Source. See that right there, Chicago Beauty Source. There is a something up there that you might want to be in on. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video, you guys. Bye.